Fellow traders, 'tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Wednesday, November the 19th, the year's 2025. Let's talk trading. Losing! These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. As always, let's make sure we don't lose more than we're willing to lose by having our risk management in place, since today we're talking about losing. Now, the thing about losing is we're once again, we're going to look at it from psychological, because we know losing means you enter a trade and when you exit, you've lost money. But there there are problems that we as humans um, ascribe to losing, because losing is just losing. The problem is how we interpret it, the meaning we give to it. I mean, some people can just shrug it off. Oh, well, that trade didn't work out. Others think that they're a bad trader, that their system's crap, that, they're a bad person, that they're stupid, and they just beat themselves up. So you see, it's not really the losing that's the problem. It's our reaction to the losing. And in fact, on this chart here, it's like the pain doesn't come from the market. The pain comes from the reaction to the market. So if you find yourself, reacting or overreacting when you lose, that means you need to get in front of the mirror and take a look at yourself. You're giving losing way more meaning than you need to give it. Um, and it's just pretty much that simple. You might say, well, how do I do that? Like, well, the how is kind of like in the doing. I mean, you enter a trade. You look at the chart, you enter a trade, and you pick your spot. So, like right now, it looks like maybe we should be considering a long. We got a lower low with the closed high below it, and then you can see here. So what we do is, at least what I do is, I'm just going to sit and wait, because I know usually when it closes above the M1, and we're looking at M1 here, then I can usually pop it for a pip or two. But if we look at what's been going on, price has just been going down. Now, I think in about 5 minutes or so, President Trump's supposed to speak. So it could shoot the market one way or the other. And I'm thinking, since they've been pushing it down, they're probably pushing it down far enough where they can take it back up when he speaks. So they're just wiping out all the stops. But hey, that's just the story I'm telling myself here. If we look at the 30-minute chart, it's just come crashing down. We fell out of that inside bar from yesterday. And remember, I said 2 inside bars in a row, expect a big move, and we definitely got it. In fact, we also broke below the open for the month and the opening range for the month. So it's definitely been on a move to the south side here. But, the thing about the losing is you just really can't get all that upset. I mean, let's take a look here at the chart here. And so we just have to wait again, because we haven't had a close above either of these lines. And one of the things that kind of plays on us too about this losing, it's kind of that FOMO, fear of missing out. because you start to see, well, if I would have done this, if I would have gotten in earlier, I could have made more money. But if you actually wait to get the clear signal, you probably don't get much of a drawdown, and then you can not have to experience that. Because, see, once again, we're talking about psychology and what that does to your mind. So you see here, we're still opening or closing below that line, so sit on your hands. Even though we had a flip-flop box. But you see here, it ran up, touched that line, and came back down. So let somebody else, go through all of that. Because if you were to enter here, it could go lower. We don't know. And that's why we have stop losses. Could go higher. We don't know. So let's just see what happens if we get a close above. And so if when this candle closes, if that's green, then we know we got to close above. So it's green, 1 second. Nope, close below. Now you might have wanted to take that chance because you did have a flip-flop box. I think we made a new daily low. So there's a chance to get a few pips off of there. But, this comes back to discipline. And so it's like, oh man, I could be up 2 pips if I would have just taken that trade. Yeah, you could have, but had you taken that trade right here, you could have been down 2 pips. So let's just see if this closes above that EMA 5. And once again, if you're just tuning in, what am I looking for here? I'm looking for indicator list. And once again, I'm using 2 instances of the TRO mid dots. And so you can see here, show moving average true, moving average period 5, the exponential moving average on closing price, and we're going to draw a line. So we got to close above. So that means we could enter. And guess what? We're right here at a new M30. And one of the things that I've learned is usually if I enter on that first M30 1-minute candle when it first opens, I usually get inflected. So I avoid that because see, this happened right at the end of that half an hour. So you can see here, knowing that keeps me out of those trades. Plus, like I said, I think the president's supposed to speak. See, is it 9? What time? Oh yeah, he's in 15 minutes. So yeah, this video will be over. Well, let's see. He already did some remarks at the U.S. Saudi investment forum. I wonder if that's what's making it move. Okay, so right here, we got 11 seconds. Let's see. Does this close green? Yes or no? 2 seconds. Nope. So, but we're now above the line. We closed near it. So we might could take this flip-flop box here at 64. And there we go. We trigger in there. And this just has to wait and see what happens. And you can see we're, almost 4 pips away from the M5 EMA 5, and it's going up. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. So we got another 5 minutes here. And I'm looking here, there's a nice big bar there. You see that big bar, looks like it just about got covered. So now we look at this one. So somewhere between 70 and 75. And so now, I'm experiencing some drawdown, but I'm not mad. I'm not upset. It's just part of the trade. I have the correct position size, so if I lose on this trade, no big deal. And that's the kind of attitude that you have to develop about losing. No big deal. So let's see if we get another close above that EMA 5, we can actually add to the position. So let's see, 2 seconds. Oh, wow, it's right on the line, and they're messing with me. So we might take that flip flop right there at 30638. Because you can see here we're getting a bunch of blue, lower lows but higher closes. Okay, we didn't get triggered, which looks like that's a good thing. And we might be making a new low for the day here. Let's see what happens. It's pushing up. And notice we did this M30 candle hasn't been covered yet. So they don't always get covered, but you can see here this one got covered, this one hasn't, and that's a kind of a big bar, so price might want to return to that level. And you can see here we're making a new low for the day. Nice movement past couple of hours on the M30s. Got a nice range too, 95 pips on the day. You can see we got a 3-ball here. 3-ball, 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 3-ball. Look at that H4 candle. 62 pip range. Only a 1-ball on the daily. And nothing on the weekly. And a 1-ball on the monthly. And we're pushing down even lower. So once again about the losing. This trade that, where did it trigger? Somewhere, was it here? Or here? I can't remember which one. But I think it wasn't it this one that closed above. But as you can see now, we're a good 5 or 6 pips in the hole. That's just trading. And that's just the way you have to approach it. You can't get too emotional. Don't give it any more meaning than, hey, that trade didn't work out. That's it. Doesn't mean anything. Because you got to realize most meanings, it's just stuff you make up or other people make up. Most of life is just made up stuff. So, fellow traders, the fastest 15 minutes in trading is over, just about over. So, let me know how you process losing, what you think about losing. Do you give it any meaning? Because it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So, go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.